A silent crisis is unfolding in one US state, and scientists are sounding the alarm. Wildlife populations are plummeting at an alarming rate. Entire ecosystems are collapsing under mounting environmental pressures. The state's once thriving animal populations are now struggling to survive. Experts are calling it a wildlife graveyard. But what's causing this unprecedented decline? And is there any way to reverse the damage before it's too late? Scientists say a combination of habitat destruction, climate change, and pollution is to blame. Human activity has reshaped the landscape in ways that make survival nearly impossible for many species. Deforestation has wiped out critical habitats, leaving animals with nowhere to go. Urban expansion has fragmented ecosystems, isolating populations that once thrived together. As roads and cities spread, animals are pushed into smaller, unlivable spaces. But habitat loss is only part of the story. Climate change is making things even worse. Rising temperatures are altering migration patterns and breeding seasons. Extreme weather events like hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires are wiping out entire populations. Many species simply cannot adapt fast enough. Some are already vanishing before scientists can fully understand their role in the ecosystem. One of the biggest threats comes from pollution. Toxic chemicals from agriculture, industry, and urban runoff are poisoning waterways and soil. Plastic waste has infiltrated every level of the food chain. Fish, birds, and mammals are consuming plastic at alarming rates. Many die slow, painful deaths from ingestion or entanglement. Pesticides and herbicides are wiping out insect populations. Without insects, birds and small mammals struggle to find food. The chain reaction leads to mass die-offs in predator species. One scientist described it as an ecological domino effect. And nowhere is this crisis more evident than in one particular US state. This state, once known for its biodiversity, is now witnessing an environmental catastrophe. Wetlands are drying up, leaving waterfowl with fewer places to nest. Forests are thinning, reducing shelter for countless species. Even ocean life is feeling the effects. Marine ecosystems off the coast are collapsing due to rising ocean temperatures and pollution. Coral reefs, crucial for many marine species, are bleaching and dying. Scientists have documented a sharp decline in fish populations. Birds that rely on fish are now starving. Sea turtles are struggling to hatch due to rising beach temperatures. Everything is connected and the losses are stacking up. But which state is at the center of this growing crisis? Experts point to Florida as one of the hardest hit areas. The Sunshine State has long been a hotspot for wildlife diversity. It's home to the endangered Florida panther, American alligators, and countless bird species. But now many of these animals are disappearing. Mass manatee deaths have shocked conservationists. Red tide, fueled by pollution and climate change, has poisoned Florida's waters. Thousands of fish have washed up dead on the shores. Manatees, already struggling to survive, are starving due to seagrass loss. Their primary food source is vanishing at an unprecedented rate. Sea turtles face constant threats from habitat destruction and plastic pollution. Even the iconic Florida panther is at risk. With fewer than 200 left in the wild, habitat fragmentation is pushing them toward extinction. But Florida isn't the only state facing a wildlife crisis. California is seeing similar patterns unfold. Wildfires, worsened by climate change, have devastated forests and grasslands. Countless animals have perished in the flames. Those that survive are left without food or shelter. Drought conditions have turned rivers into dry wastelands. Salmon populations are crashing as water levels drop. Once plentiful amphibians are vanishing due to habitat loss and pollution. Scientists warn that the biodiversity loss in these states could have long-term consequences. Every species plays a role in the ecosystem. When one disappears, the entire system weakens. Predators lose their prey, herbivores lose their food sources, and pollinators vanish. The result is a slow, irreversible collapse. But is there any hope for reversing this trend? Conservation efforts are underway, but time is running out. Some states are restoring wetlands and reintroducing endangered species. Others are enforcing stricter pollution controls, but these efforts may not be enough. Unless large-scale changes are made, the crisis will continue. Climate action is critical to protecting wildlife. Reducing carbon emissions could slow rising temperatures and stabilize ecosystems. Protecting natural habitats from urban development could give wildlife a fighting chance. Stronger laws against pollution and deforestation are needed. Individuals can also help by supporting conservation programs. Reducing plastic waste, planting native species, and advocating for wildlife protection all make a difference. Scientists stress that the fate of wildlife is in human hands. If action isn't taken soon, more species will disappear forever. Florida, California, and other states may soon lose their most iconic animals. The wildlife graveyard will only grow unless real change happens. Will future generations only see these animals in photos and history books? Or will society act in time to preserve the natural world? The answer will determine the fate of countless species, and the clock is ticking.